Mm-hmm. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
That sounded right, right?
Not on my end, but I think
Oh.
it does in post, right?
I see. Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
Well, hi. My name's Imani.
And I'm Sunny.
And welcome home. You're listening to Home with the Homies, a podcast where you, our future and potential homie, get to hang out with us, the homies. Whether we play some games or figure out why the Earth's core starts and stops.
Whatever you need, you'll get it with the homies.
But first, what are you looking forward to this year?
That's a great question. 2024, it's January. I have just turned 27, so it's the solar return. I feel like my biggest goal of the year is to, stay alive. I feel
Always
very self-conscious about this 27 club, even though the more I tell other people about it, they're just like, I didn't even know this existed. And so I'm just like, okay, This curse feels not as real as I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a good goal though, is living life to the fullest, because you never know what could happen anyway, truly.
Truly. And it's like, I feel like this 27 curse is one of those things that, like, once you know, then you'll, like, notice it more. It's like the Moesha curse, you know? It's like, once you're familiar with it, it's like every time somebody dies, it's like, damn, the Moesha curse strikes again.
God
like,
damn.
Oh my gosh. It's just wild. It had me checking, like, was Destiny's Child ever on Moesha? And they were not. They were not. So, I mean, like, all the children of Destiny are safe from the Moesha curse, at least.
Wait a minute, what's the Moesha curse?
Okay, it's really horrible actually. And I know Brandy herself like is not a fan, so sorry Brandy, but it's like a lot of people who were on Moesha have died.
Oh.
Like like either like characters that on Moesha or like guest stars. So like the guy who played Rakeem, he died. Brandy didn't die, but she did kill somebody. By accident.
What?
It was manslaughter. Yeah, she was like in a car crash and somebody died. Yeah. And then it's just like, dog, like any celebrity who has died, like has probably been on Moesha at one point, which is insane. Like Kobe Bryant was there. Like,
goddamn.
I'm like, who has died? Like, just, I don't know. Aaliyah. I feel like Aaliyah was on Moesha at one point. She's dead. Look it up. Like, I feel like I'm being put on the spot and I can't think of anybody.
No, but that
like,
was very informative. Like, for me to have known nothing about this, I never grew up watching Moesha. Like, I think I watched my first episode when it came on Netflix, and I really only watched one episode about her being mad that she had a big butt. And I was like, what is this show?
Oh my gosh. I love Moesha and hate Moesha. It's like I hate her for real. Like she gets on my nerves. There's so many moments where I'm like, Moesha girl, what? Like I can't. But it's like entertaining TV. It's good TV. It's a sitcom. It's a 90s sitcom and it feels comfortable, familiar, and like although I may not agree with Moesha, it's still like I'm still invested in this character.
Yeah.
And like I want to see how far she'll go or what she'll do. And like I love her friends. It's like everyone on the show I love. I think all of the characters are so rich and so strong. So I'm like, I love Moesha. But a lot of people who have been on Moesha have died. So, in your free time, look it up.
Word, will do. But
but
you looking forward to, homie.
In 2024, what am I looking forward to? Again, like staying alive, and that's always important. I'm coming out of the 27 club. I'm 6 months in. Got 6 months to go. I don't know. It's like I feel like I haven't gotten to like experience like Atlanta yet as an adult. Like, I moved here 6 months ago, but it's like I spent the last 6 months like trying to get settled. And so it's like, okay, now that I'm finally like we're unpacked, I'm settled, like we're like regularly like in our jobs and everything. It's like, oh, okay, like now I want to like explore the city as an adult, because like I lived here as a kid, but like I only remember it from like my kid memory,
Right.
and now I'm like, yeah, I want to like go places and like do things, which like I am, but also it's hard because I am in school. So I'm looking forward to the summer. Like, what am I looking forward to this year? The fucking summer, dog. Because it's like, even when I don't have work, like, you know, the holidays passed, I still had so much schoolwork. I was still like, wow, I got like all this time off for Thanksgiving, but like, I got a research paper due and I got a script due and I got an outline due. So I'm like working the whole time. So it's like, I'm excited for the summer because like I won't have assignments. I don't have due dates. It's like, okay, like I'm not like sitting here like, damn, I have to go home and read like 4 chapters tonight. I can just like be out and about. So I'm looking forward to the summer.
That's so exciting. I feel like my algorithm for some reason must know that you're in Atlanta, so it wants to send me all the like cool things that you should be doing in Atlanta. So I'll just be sure to keep forwarding to you.
Yeah, send it my way. I want to do things. I just went to a couple weeks ago. I feel like it was probably a month ago. I don't know what time it is anymore. We like went to like this Jurassic Park exhibit thing, and they had like dinosaur puppets and stuff, and
Ooh.
it was like you were like walking through like a small portion of Jurassic Park. It was interesting, you know. It was like one of those, it like reminded me of like that Van Gogh exhibit, but not in the sense of like these are projections, but just like that type of experience, I guess, if that makes sense.
Just like a live curated walkthrough.
Yeah. Of this brand franchise, that collection that you know are already familiar with.
Honestly, when I went to Universal in September, we got on one of those like I guess it was like the Universal lot tour. And so you're just in like the giant golf cart, but they have moments where you stop and you're in like an immersive VR experience. And so like one was a Jurassic Park, and so it was just like all of a sudden the dinosaurs were opening up and like trying to bite at our car, and like they did make it look like there was a train all the way in the back that did get eaten, which was really cool. And then the next one was a Fast and Furious VR experience. So it was like us just like driving next to Vin Diesel as he's trying to like gather all of the cops and the robbers. I don't know what they'd be doing in that movies.
Have you ever seen that episode of American Dad where like it's like the Fast and Furious franchise is actually like really gay, and the studios just take all the gay parts out so they can like, you know, sell it to like these manly men, but like it's like Steve and his friends like get a copy of like the original like Fast and Furious script, and it's like a love story. And that's why it has so much heart. Like that's a joke. It's like that's why that franchise has so much heart, because it's actually like a romantic love story between these characters, but they're taking out all the gay parts, so we're just getting like the love, but we think it's brotherly.
That's hilarious. And also it feels like those who get it, and that's why there's 11 of them.
Yeah,
because I'm like, clearly somebody's feeling that tension and wants to know how these relationships evolve.
This will they or won't they of the Fast and Furious franchise. You know, I would want to see it. It was like I would want to see this draft, this secret gay draft.
I would too.
By the American Dad writers. But anyway, well, we do got like, you know, we do got an episode ahead of us. And so like since this is the start of a new year,
season 3,
the start of a new season, how about we play a game of Big Tings, Little Tings?
Boo, boo, boo.
But like after this ad.
Eat, eat, eat. The game where you get to eat the rich and the fictional. Gather some homies and decide how you might serve up Frosty the Snowman, Burna Boy, and Betty White. The person who comes up with the best dinner party menu becomes the hostess with the mostest. For $15, you can play at omgstudiosllc.com/shop.
And we're back. So it's time to play Big Ting, Little Ting.
I'm like, you have an air horn now.
I do. I can just
bow.
Maybe you have to like hit it multiple times next time. All right. So this is Big Tings, Little Tings. It's a new game. We haven't played this before, but since it's the new year, you know, I know we talked about like what we're looking forward to this year, but let's be specific or not, and talk about like the biggest and the smallest things that we want to do. Like never everything is huge. Sometimes we've got little things that we want to do, and we should celebrate all things. We celebrate all things here at Home with the Homies. So, are you ready to play Big Tings, Little Tings?
I am.
All right. So I'll go first. And I'm gonna start with a big ting I wanna see done this year, and that is get through the first draft of my feature screenplay. This is the most pages I have ever written. I think the most pages I've ever written is maybe like 65. And this is going to be very long. Every time I start on it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so long. This is gonna be like 150 pages probably.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
an epic.
It's an epic. It really is. And so that's a huge thing I'm looking forward to just getting done. Like that first draft of just like a beginning, middle, end. It's all there, you know? And then we'll revise later, but like, I just want to get to that first draft.
Yo, shout out to you. That's going to be I'm excited for you.
Thank you. What about you? What's a big ting?
A big ting that I'm excited about is new jobs. So I just booked a gig with All Around Entertainment. So I'm going to be like a dancer at some bar and bat mitzvahs now. So I'm out here just going to be hyping up the celebratory children. Yeah. And like what's really exciting about that is that on this random audition that I went to in a ballroom in the Marriott, you know, I just had to lead like a good 8 count of some dance moves for the crowd, and dude was like, "Stop, who sent you?" And I'm like, Devin Sinclair. And he was like, Devin sends great people. You got lead personality. Put her on the schedule immediately. Give her some extra responsibility. Start training. And I was like, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow, that's amazing. I thought it was gonna be like in Elf when Buddy the elf shows up to the store and the manager is like, I think someone sent somebody here. I thought he was gonna be like one of those. Like
I was also like very hesitant. I was like, I feel like he went around the room earlier, introduced himself to everybody. Like we talked about it. But maybe you just forgot. So I'm like, I don't think this is a bad question. Let me just reiterate.
Who sent you? What? Okay. Well, that's wonderful. That's exciting. I feel like you will make lots of memorable bar and bat mitzvahs for lots of 13-year-old young adults.
Yeah, I hope so. Can't wait to celebrate the future generations.
Yeah, you know, and it's always so interesting to see what music they're listening to and what music is really resonating with them at the time. Yeah,
I was just talking to my friend Steven, who said that they were having like issues with their DJ during their bat mitzvah because Steven was very specific about this is a musical theater themed event. And there are certain pop songs of the moment that I do not want played. And
fuck your request.
Basically. And I was just like, but damn, like, fuck that DJ though for not honoring you on your day. Like,
on your day.
If you want to play Zip Zap Zop with your friends and like jam out to In the Heights, go for it. Like, I don't.
That DJ was a hater.
So I'm like, nah. And that was the whole speech of the workshop, was just like, we're here for the clients. We are here for their day. So if you see the birthday kid, if you see the bot at the bar somewhere who's just like looking sad, you see the siblings, the parents look upset, fix it. And I'm like, whew, heard.
Wow, you are a professional hype person.
Truly.
Wow, amazing. Big tings.
Big tings. Big tings. But what about some little tings?
Little tings. A little ting I want to do this year is like just go to the lake.
Ooh.
You know, that's it. You know, I probably won't get into the lake because I have issues trusting lakes. But like, I would like to go to the lake and sit by the lake. I miss going to the lake. We went to the lake a lot as children to go fishing, and also I don't know, just being in West Virginia, you can just really detour to a lake very easy.
Yes,
and I just want to,
as well.
Yeah, I just want to go to the lake. That's it, and like drink some alcohol, probably. Little ting.
I can't wait for you to do that. That just gave me flashbacks to going to like Blue Lagoon with you and Michaela on like a Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, yes. In the Jeep and Sasha, because that's the only way you can get there.
Yeah, nowhere else.
No, you
but
have
just
to
like
have an
floating
SUV.
in this giant like river and like watermelons and toucans. And I'm just like, what a good time. I miss big nature, being in the city. So yeah, that's a little ting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. What is a little ting for you? What's some little tings?
One little ting I'm excited for is more movement in my life. You know, now that I'm going to be a professional hype person and out here dancing on the weekends for cash.
You are the vibe.
The paid personality.
Yes.
I'm excited to move more. So also like stretching, dancing, I've already like decided is my exercise because it's hard going to the gym every day. It's hard committing to my yoga every day as much as I love it. So dancing's been my way of like keeping active, but now it's like, okay, but take care of body as well. So that way you can do all of those things. So I'm looking forward to more movement and more stretching and like accompanying care to go along with the movement.
Yeah, I too should stretch more. Just because my bones be feeling it. And like also like I found out that my kneecaps are high. I have like my kneecaps are too high. So it's like I'm more prone to knee injuries because of that. So I should like also stretch more. Yeah,
you know, I would love to be one of these old folks out here like bodybuilding just for funsies. So got to take care of body now so that way it's sustainable to do something like that.
You know, woo, it's like these 27 years and I'm just like, oh my goodness. That's quite a minute, you know, like a 27-year-old like object in your home. It's like you would look at that object, be like, oh, gotta take care of it. You know, especially if someone's like, hey, this object can go for 100 years. It's like, all right, so let me like maintain this object. And I guess I am said object that I need
I'm
to
just
maintain.
like, but what other objects or do you need to maintain for 27 years? Because I'm like a book, a rock,
you know, a houseplant if you're really good at it.
But then I wouldn't consider that an object, just like I wouldn't consider you an object. So I'm just like, you're a living, breathing creature that you do have to nurture because it will end. Whereas like an object is just
goes on
created and unless it disappears.
That's true. You know, I guess so. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like objects can last long in your home.
They can.
You know, people have like furniture, like couches that you have to like take care of if you want it to last a long time, or like your car.
That's true.
You maintain your car, it's like your car will last forever. My aunt has a Honda Civic that she got in 1993, and that thing runs very well. It gets me every time. I'm just like, wow. And it's like she's really maintained this car since 1993. It'd be like that.
That's true. That's incredible.
Yes. All right. Another big thing on my list of 2024 is I want to finish the second draft of my original pilot.
Hell yeah. One step at a time.
One step at a time. And like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm such a slow writer. I feel like I'm getting better, but I'm like, oh my gosh, when people are like, oh, I can bang out like 20 pages in a day, I'm like, I can give you 5 on a good one. So it's like, yeah, really getting through drafts is like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm like fighting for my life with every draft. And so I look forward to finishing the second draft of my pilot, which hopefully goes better since it's like the bones are there. But yeah, I mean, that's a big thing I would love to get done. I'll have to if I want to grade, but I want to get it done. How about you? What's your big thing?
Another big thing for me is going to be new music this year. You know, I just wrote a song for my gender funk residency. They just gave me a stipend and were like, hey, we like you. We want you to like make something for 10 hours. And I was like, I want to try to write a song. Why not? But then coincidentally, I also got a residency at the Rainbow Room where they're like, hey, we'll just give you 7 hours in this beautiful rainbow space and you could just do whatever you want. And I said, well, let me shoot a music video for the song I'm working on. But, you know, they're both like done today though. So, so I'm just like, yeah. And then in a week and a half, maybe I will be ready to release it. And who knows? Now that I've done this process, I'm excited to do it again. So new music,
big things. That's exciting. And it's like, you know, that's how art used to get funded, like back in the olden times, was just like rich people were just like, hey, artists, I'm gonna give you this amount of money just for you to make some art. Let me know what you come up with, you know? So, you know, things never change. It's still the same. It's not a person now. It's usually nonprofits, which don't have a lot of money. But shout out to them, you know, because how else does art get made if not by nonprofit work, truly?
Well, yeah, I'm like, if we looked back to the national endowments of the arts or to some of these European systems where they actually just like take care of artists and like do their taxes and like, I don't know, there's systems that have existed and we have examples to continue to grow from, but who am I? Somebody trying to change the world.
Oh my gosh. You know, like, yeah. Pay for art, fund art.
Please.
All right, big things.
But yeah, let's jump back to some little things. Get real hype and then we just go chill it down.
Yeah. I want to read at least 5 books this year.
Ooh.
For leisure, like leisurely. Like I'm reading books for class. But I want to read a book for Imani, you know, for my own time. At least 5. And I feel like there's 12 months in a year. I think I can get through 5 books somewhere in there, you know? Yeah.
That's like 1 a quarter and 1 on a vacation.
Yeah, you know, that's like exactly. And like I have summer, so like maybe summer I will be like time for the vacation book, you know. But I want to read at least 5, and they can be any books. They don't have to be like Game of Thrones. I don't need to read, you know, A Song of Ice and Fire. Like I could read Dr. Seuss if I want to. I don't think I will. Not for this 5, but like if I did, I could, you know, little things here. I just want to read 5 books. How about you? What are your things? What are your little things?
Another little thing is sensory experiences. So it's funny that you had mentioned going into like this Jurassic Park and talking about this VR world. Because also like at Theater Horizon, I'm starting our first neurodivergent affinity performance night. So February 11th, you can come to Broccoli, Roosevelt, and Mr. House. And basically we'll have like a whole sensory lobby set up there's just going to be a good time for a community gathering. And there's like no before you go guides and social stories for you to check out. You can bring your own fidgets, bring your own glasses. But yeah, I'm like that, mixing content and house things together, thinking about ways that people are just like building out these really cool sensory experiences. And so I'm like, I'm excited for what's I know is happening and then all the future things that will come with it.
Yes. No, that's cool. I like you don't have to prepare yourself to come. Like you can just show up and see the show and play with display lobby display things. I love when I can go to the lobby of a show and there are things for me to do.
Me too. So yes. I try to set that up for people as much as possible.
I love those. Shout out to you for that. That sounds really cool though. Multi-sensory adventure experience.
Yeah.
But back to big tings. Yeah. Big tings. I want to go on vacation. Like a real vacation. Like I haven't been on a real vacation in a minute. Every time I've like taken off time for work to do something, it has been like for an activity, you know? And I want like to take time off to like just go somewhere that I've never been and like, yeah, just like explore. Like I want to go to Seattle just cause, you know? Yeah. Like I want to go see the Grand Canyon, you know, and surrounding areas. Yeah, I just want to go on a vacation to somewhere I've never been and then do activities / sightsee in that area / city. So big ting, go on a vacation this year, a real vacation, and not like, I'm going here to see this show. You know, maybe I do see a show, but maybe it's a show that I just decided that day when I'm in some city on a vacation. I don't know, but an activity.
Yeah, I love that for you. And, you know, I'm ready to hop on a plane anytime. So let me know.
Yes. Go on vacation. How about you? What's a big ting?
You know, a big ting for me is also some travel, some moving. My lease is up this summer, so I don't know where I will be going yet. But I know that wherever it is, it'll be a new home for me that will be fulfilling because I will always make it that. So that's a big thing that has to happen, is a move, because it just has to happen.
Yeah. You know, and best of luck on that move. Moving is so stressful, but I think, you know, the more lead time you have before the move, like I think really helps. Like a slow pack. I like thought I was slow packing when I moved, and then like I was, but I realized I was like too slowly packing. So it's like, you know, slow pack, but like, you know, with intention. Like you are moving, so it's like, let me really pack, and not just like, oh, I'll just take things off this bookshelf today.
Yeah,
I think would have helped a lot, because it was like, then at the end, it was like so much. I feel like you always have more stuff than like you think you do. And like, oh, that kicks my ass every time. I'm like, I just feel like it's like when you're braiding and it's like, oh, I have like 2 braids left, and then it's like, split that shit into 8, and it's like, what do you mean? Yeah. Oh my gosh. But you know, then you move and you unpack, and it's like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
New place.
I want to try home buying again too. So
right.
Hopefully, like wherever I go can be like a space that I don't have to pack up and move again. Because I've moved so many times for so many different reasons.
I feel it.
And so it's like I would just like to be stable somewhere.
And not go somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'm like, every day I'm like unsure of like how, when will this time be? Because just like after I graduate from school, like I'm going to be traveling a lot, ideally, you know, best case scenario.
Right.
And so it's like, damn, when will I really actually like settle down? So, you know, I want a nice place that I'm renting that I can rent for a long time, which is not the current place that I'm living in because I hate this place. But yeah, the next place we move, I hope for both of us, I hope it's great and lovely, and we can see ourselves in it for a long time.
Fingers crossed. Big tings.
Big tings. Big tings.
But now some little tings.
Little tings. I just want to organize my office. Okay. Yeah, like, it's like partially organized, but like at the same time, I still have boxes that I never unpacked from like 6-7 months ago. So it's like everything should have a home, and everything doesn't have a home right now. So I just want to give everything a home. But also, I'm trying to move again. 6 months, so maybe I should.
Okay to just keep it as a visual reminder for yourself.
Yeah, and it's a little thing to do maybe like later in the year.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good little ting.
Yes. How about you? What's your little ting?
My little ting is to enjoy small adventures with new homies. There's just like a little lovebird that has just kind of like floated into my life at the turn of the new year. And they just be really excited to go on adventures and do things. So I'm excited for all these mini adventures, escape rooms and hikes and horror movies. I might watch a horror movie tonight, and I don't like it, so I've spoiled it for myself. I've gone through Cinema Sins, and now I know the jokes that I could tell myself when things feel intense. So new adventures with new homies.
Wow, that's exciting. I didn't really watch horror growing up either. I'm not intensely. It's like as a kid, yes, I was terrified. Mm-hmm. But then also it's like, I don't know, somewhere in like my teenage years, it was like, this is an art. And so I just like wasn't into it, I guess, and didn't care, thought lowly of it. But like lately, like in the last year, I've been like watching all kinds of horror movies. Mm-hmm. And I just find them so interesting. Like I have really come to a point where I find them very fascinating. I think my favorite is Scream. Like Scream is my favorite. I love that whole franchise. I think you would like
agree.
It. You
I
like
do.
Scream?
I do. I do love Scream, because honestly, I think the first time that I watched it, I was thinking it was Scary Movie because I loved the Scary Movie franchise. And so then I think I just like forgot. But like it was still like very in line. Like it had like that I guess a sense of humor and personality to it that I was just like, oh, this is I agree. That was really interesting for me. And I did grow up like watching all these scary movies with my cousins. That was very much like when everybody just drops us off at grandma's house, and she'd sleep, or like my aunt worked during the night, so she would sleep during the day, and we're just turning on FearNet watching Candyman or Halloween, whatever. So I'm like, those would be the times that I'm just like, this is spooky, I don't like it. But me and Dominic would do the same thing, watching like the Halloween Towns, anything that came up on Disney.
But I feel like I watch the Disney things. I'm like, okay,
but Don't Look Under the Bed. That's the one that got me. That's the one that I was like, forget it. I can't do anything anymore.
There was that one with like when they were like magicians or whatever, and it's like Frank Langella, who is like a real, not to say that they're not real actors on Disney Channel, but like Frank Langella is like like, he been in some movies. I think he dated Whoopi Goldberg at one point. And
wait, what?
Frank Langella. It's this old Italian white man. But he was in this Disney Channel movie where they were like magicians or something. But it's like that movie scared the shit out of me as a kid, just because it was just too intense. It was like at the end, it was like the magic is real and we're killing magicians for their power. And it was too much. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I would watch half of that movie, and then it's like when it would start getting to the scary part, like right after the midpoint, I would be like, all right, that's enough. I'm gonna turn it off because I don't want to see the scary half. I was the same way with Smart House. Smart House also scared the shit out of me, dog.
What? I love Smart House so much.
Oh, if Smart House was on TV, I would skip the channel. Like if I was like scrolling through channels, I would like get to 62 and then skip 63 and type in 64. Like that is how much that movie like scared the shit out of me when she was just like, there's war outside, we can't let you out of here, and you know, there's germs and disease, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this house is taking over, this is so scary, and I could not watch that movie.
I think I was still so I was like blaming the kids though, because I was just like, y'all turned her into this. So I was just like, if we had just kept it at her just delivering me drinks and turning the walls cool colors, I think I would have been chilling.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't know, something. But that's why with all these Google Homes and these lights, I was like, I'm in Smart House now. I love it.
But then, see, and that's the thing. It's like, but that doesn't bother me now. I'm like, I'm so unbothered by that. But child Imani, she was terrified. She was absolutely terrified of that movie. Yeah, I was scared of everything. I was scared of everything as a kid. So it's like, yeah, I didn't like horror. But I like horror now. I find it very interesting. I think I'm going to write a horror movie next semester. I think I'm going to write a horror feature. So I'm like excited about that. I'm like, how will this go? But little things, little experiences.
Things. Adventure.
Big thing I want to do. I'm going to restart my garden. Like, I feel like I had a nice garden going in Philly. And now I'm like, all right, I want to restart my garden here. I tried to start it when I moved, but it was just too late in the summer. And then, like, the fall came, and I'm, like, in the middle of my first semester. So I was like, I can't do all this stuff. But, like, I feel like now it's, like, I can prepare for the spring and, like, you know, like make all my seedlings, plant all my seedlings, and restart my garden in my aunt's yard because I don't have a backyard. But I will go to my aunt's house and use her yard.
That would be so nice. Because as a person who adopted most of your Philly plants, I'll just say you already knew I was a terrible plant parent.
Yeah, I was like on the off case, I was like.
My mom was keeping up for it for a while, so I'm like, she actually revived a bunch of them. Wow. But the ones that we have outside, no, those babies are gone. I'm sorry.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. I'm like, a lot of my plants died on the way here. So it's like the ones that I didn't give and I like tried to bring. A lot of them died. I have like a few that are still going, but also there's like a few that died because of me. It just be like that. But, I want to restart my garden and, like, have onions and peppers and tomatoes and, like, all these herbs and save some money at the grocery store with my own labor.
Yeah. And then especially if it's, like, in your aunt's backyard, then I'm like, that's community, too. Like, get some family bonding in there. Yeah,
she, like, she tried to keep up when I moved and was trying to do the garden, but it was... Like I said, also, it was like I wasn't used to this heat. Like, also, it's like I moved and it's like I left Philly and it's like, okay, it's hot. It's like 95 degrees. And then I come in here and it's like, all right, it's 105 today. The low is going to be 97. And it's like, what do you mean the low is 97? Like, how do I step outside at 6 a.m. and it's 97 degrees, like 90% humidity, like, how am I supposed to live?
Hot Atlanta.
Oh my gosh. And then it's like, I remember it being hot as a kid, but like global warming is real. Climate change is real. So it's just like every summer that we have is the hottest summer ever. Like literally, like we break the record for hottest summer every single year. So it's like as hot as it was last year, it's going to be even hotter. It's going to be even hotter this year. And it's just like, disgusting. Disgusting. But how about you? What's your big ting?
A big ting for me is grad school. It's in the conversations, in the mix. Been very excited about... expressive arts therapy. So like I took a psychology class recently to like get my brain into the mindset of like, could I do this? Is this for me? And I think so. So I'm very excited about the process of transitioning into higher education.
Yes, that is exciting. Grad school is so fun in a way. I
think what I learned in that last class was like, it's fun to learn. I'm like, this is great information.
Yes.
The time and dedication, I can feel it. Mm-hmm.
It's that time and dedication. But you have to like remind yourself like this is what you wanted. It's like you gotta put on like dreams and nightmares. Like I used to pray for days like this. Like you know what I mean?
Times like this, tomorrow like this one. Yes.
it's like you gotta that's the constant reminder is like, but this is what I wanted. This is like, this is what I wanted. But no, the time commitment is wild. Like again, I feel like I'm always studying and always doing homework. And it's because I am. Like it is because I am. And it's not even like like me just trying to be like a good student. It's like, no, it's just like me doing the work. Like, and I'm still doing a lot. And like I will say I do add more things to my workload just because like I know how my brain works. So it's like none of my classes assign me to read scripts. But I'm trying to read a script like every week because it's like that helps me. Also, it's like the transition of like having to get my brain out of theater mode and into like film mode, and it's like you can be so wordy in theater and like I can describe so much exactly how I want to say it, and then in film it's like I want to see it and I want it to be concise. And so there just be times where I'm like, how am I supposed to say this in a short way? And then like I can read something and be like, oh, like this.
That's actually a really strong tip and a little knowledge nug that I will dip and consume. Yes. Because you're right. That's such a good way of just like putting yourself in the mindset of like how to build out what you want. It's just like seeing what's already out there because there's not an original idea in the world.
No,
so might as well just like learn some lessons,
Yeah. And that was honestly, that's something I learned from Bob. Like Bob was always like, when we were like designing things and if you couldn't figure out how to design something, he'd be like, look it up. He's like, just see how someone else did it. Like that will help you figure out how you want to do it. Like you don't have to do it the way they did it. But if you really can't figure it out, just look it up. He was like, don't sit here and try to reinvent the wheel, girl. Like, look it up.
Yeah.
And so, I'm like, and when in doubt, look it up. Look it up, y'all. But a little ting, what is I want to improve my water intake.
Ooh, that is such a good one.
Yeah, I will go all day and be like, I don't think I took a single sip of water. I haven't drank anything today. I've just been out here living my life with no water in my body. So I just want to, just drink more water regularly. Because then I feel like the next day, it's like, okay, I'll be on it. And then the day after that, I'm back to like, oh, wow, I've had one sip today. So it's just like on the reg, I want to drink more water, but on the reg,
Yeah, I'm like back when I was carrying around the gallon. That was probably the most helpful. But then it got really hard to clean and I need to replace the straw. And so it's, once I take away the tool, that's where it messes me up.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm like, I'm all about a tool. I got all kinds of like bottle brushes and everything because I'm like, once you take away the tool, that's kind of it for me. So I feel it.
But little ting over here, new skills. I wrote that down and I don't remember exactly what I was referencing. I feel like maybe it was connected to like new music. Oh yeah, yes, new music because I was learning how to make music. So I'm just like, but new skills in general. Yes. I feel like I'm a person who's led by curiosity always. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm sure there's lots more things that I'll be discovering in life this year and just like picking up and throwing in my arsenal. So that'll be fun.
Truly. I'm like, forever learning. Really, new skills. I don't know what new skill I would like, but I would welcome it into my life.
I would love the skills of budgeting and accounting, tracking in general.
I said 2024 is Mamba year. It's the year about discipline, that Mamba mentality. And so yeah, I'm like, that is my word of the year, is discipline. It's like I just want to be more disciplined in everything, and with myself. Um, so yeah, that's 2024 Mamba year. When in doubt, remember, what would Mamba do? Maybe I'm gonna write that on my wall. What would Mamba do?
I was like, let me add that to my to my notes. Got it. Kobe.
All right, Kobe, R.I.P. He was on an episode of Moesha. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Big ting, last big ting for the year that I would like to wish upon myself. I want to go to more live things, like live art performances of many kinds, music and theater and dance and anything, poetry, like whatever. I just want to be in artsy places, and I want to find the art in Atlanta because I don't know where it is. Yeah, I want to find the art in Atlanta. That is the big ting I have for me on this year's list.
That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like the theme is go outside.
Yes, and I think because I don't like I really don't. Like, I work remotely and then I'm in school remotely, so it's like, what's outside? Like, I really have to push myself to go outside. So yes, go outside.
Which is so funny because my last big thing is virtual film festival. I'm just like, I'm so used to doing things all big and outside, and being in a position where I also was just deep into job and moves, and I haven't been able to do as much of like the festivities and communal art building and gathering that I really like and enjoy. And so I'm just like, big goal this year is bringing back the Fade to Black Virtual Film Festival. And yeah, so I'm just like, that's a big thing that I have on my list, and I want to get it done.
Yeah. I believe in you. I believe in you. Fade to Black is always very cool, and I believe it will work out. Big ting.
Big ting.
And then my last little ting. I would like to Scotch guard the couch. I've been trying to Scotch guard the couch for months, and it's just such a task. Like, keep putting it off. I think I Scotch guarded one cushion, and then I was like, I gotta go do something else right now, and I never finished. And so I would like to just Scotch guard the couch.
What does that mean?
Scotch guard is like a protective spray that you spray on like upholstered furniture, that prevents it from like staining and like wear and tear, general wear and tear. I used it a lot when I was like doing props and stuff, because like furniture on the stage, it has to look perfect for many performances. And you just spray it on the fabric, and like let it dry, and like put a few layers on it. It doesn't really like feel any differently on the fabric. Like, I don't know, I guess maybe you might kind of feel like there's a coating on the couch, but not really. But like, then if you like spill water on it, it's like the water just runs off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it like prevents it from like staining and stuff. So like, always Scotch guard your furniture. If you don't know, like, Scotch guard the fuck out of your furniture, especially your couches, because it's like, couches are so fucking expensive, and you want it to last for a long time, unless you're like, I'll get a new couch tomorrow. It's like, okay, well, don't. But if you want to, Scotch guard it. Scotch guard.
That's smart. Another one for the notes. What would Mamba do? And Scotch guard my couch. Damn, that's great. Little tip, little ting tips.
Little ting tips. What's your little ting?
My last little ting is new movies. The first movie of the year I got to see was Book of Clarence. So that was like
a really Color Purple. Oh, that was last year.
That was just yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Sorry. You're right. That was also my first movie. Okay.
But I'm like, Color Purple, beautiful, loved it. And then I actually just saw Mean Girls the musical too last night. So I'm just like, I'm here for the musical era. I'm just like, is this what the kids are into? Because even like in that movie, they had like a little party playlist that had some Broadway hits on it. And I was like, are the kids into Broadway right now? Because if so,
it's a Broadway musical movie, so
okay,
yes.
so yeah, okay.
I mean, like, the audience for this movie will probably also enjoy some Broadway musicals.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I came to this movie. They targeted me.
It was made for you.
Yes. Same with The Color Purple, because that one touched my heart. But yeah, new movies. Whatever's coming out, it feels like it's gonna be. I mean, we're missing rap shit, but unapologetic. It's time to step out. There's no strikes. There's more liberation at air, and who knows what's coming. But I like movies. I want to watch them and talk about them.
I feel it. I feel like which I didn't realize it, but I didn't really watch many movies last year. I was like at my residency, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, did you see this movie last year? You see this movie? And I was like, "No, I haven't actually." And so yeah, I too want to see more movies, like in general, because it's like I saw Barbie. I just watched Oppenheimer yesterday.
I mean, but to be honest, I thought last year was slacking in their movies, because I was like, so I was just like, there was nothing to see.
But there were like, everyone was naming all of these movies, and I was just like, I've never heard of this. Like, what? And then all of the, like, even all of like the Oscar nominees right now, like for best picture, I've seen Barbie. I just saw Oppenheimer, so now I can be like, oh, I saw Oppenheimer. It's like, but yeah, like Anatomy of a Fall, I've never seen. Like, what's the other movie? Poor Things. I've never seen that. What else is nominated right now?
Oh my God, I just pulled it up. Best Picture is American Fiction.
I just watched that yesterday. Hilarious.
The Holdovers.
I haven't seen that.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Haven't seen that.
Maestro.
Haven't seen that.
Past Lives.
Nope.
Poor Things.
Nope.
The Zone of Interest.
Nope.
I mean, you got more than me. I only saw Barbie, so.
Yeah, it's just like I saw Barbie and I just saw Oppenheimer yesterday. We split it up into two because I'm like, this movie is way too fucking long. And then we watched American Fiction yesterday as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I highly recommend American Fiction. And it's just, I will say, it is hilarious because, like, it's Jeffrey Wright. And I love Jeffrey Wright with all of my heart. Like, I love Jeffrey Wright so much. And he always kills it. Like, he always fucking kills it. And I think he's like one of the most like under awarded actors out there, especially for how long his career has been. And so many of like, I kept seeing reviews for American Fiction and people are just like, this is Jeffrey Wright's best performance. Like, he left it all on the table. We've never seen him like this before. And it's like the most average Jeffrey Wright performance I have ever seen. Like, he's not doing bad. Like, I'm like, he's doing great as he always does. But it's just so funny because it's like the movie is also kind of about like white people and how they be like overhyping black art when it's like okay or like not that good. And so it's just like wild that that's the response for his performance and that he might seriously like win the Oscar for this role. And it's just like there are so many other roles where I'm like, this man like should have gotten the Oscar. And it's like if he wins for like this like average Jeffrey Wright role, good for him. I'm so happy for him. But I'm just like, damn, y'all just be like giving out awards because you're like, well, we didn't give you an award for this, so we'll give you an award for this. Like,
yeah, and that's where it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I'm just like, if you did your job the first time, we wouldn't have to do all of these like makeup awards, because I'm like, that's how you keep snuffing people who deserve them,
who deserve it. Yeah. Yeah,
because Jamie Lee Curtis forever will just be like imprinted in my brain as like hot dog fingers girl for real over the person who like actually destroyed the whole fucking universe and broke all of our brains. You picked hot dog fingers.
It just doesn't make justice for Stephanie because that does not make sense. I don't get it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all this we're going to give you an award now because we should have giving you this award 15 years ago and we never did. So here you go now for this award that like you shouldn't really get right now and should go to this other person because they just fucking acted their asses off. But
just like I think Leo only got his Oscar just because it was the second year the Oscars were so white, and they were just like, black people like Leo, and I'm like, but who saw fucking the Bear movie? I didn't even know this thing.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because they were just trying to be like, oh well, there were so many other times we should have given it to you. You should have an Oscar anyway, or denying Angela and then giving her like an honorary Oscar. It's like
this woman went to Yale.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and even like I got through, like I finished Viola's book, and it was just like, yeah, like these are thespians. Like, give them their awards. Give them to them. But
anyway,
more movies, little things. Anyway, that's it. Those were our big teams, little things for 2024. So we'll see. Maybe at the end of the year we will revisit. Like, did we get these big teams, little things, or maybe we won't. We'll keep it open, but
lots to look forward to.
But let's take a break and we'll come back to shoot the shit.
All right, let's do it. Sheesh. OMG is celebrating Black creativity with the Sheesh Book of Black Joy. Selected from over 200 submissions from creatives all over the world, this 50-page curation of art, photography, poetry, short stories, journaling prompts, and more was put together with the intention to spark joy in its beholders. Visit omgstudiosllc.com/shop to get your copy now. So welcome to Shooting the Shit, which is really like our wrap up for the day. Where you about to go home, but like we kind of just like hang and keep talking a little bit because it's so hard to say goodbye. So I'm just curious, homie, do you have any like rosebud thorns, things that are just like blossoming in your life that you're looking forward to, things that are budding, and things that are maybe just like a little prickly?
A rose from, I will say, like the past week or the past couple of weeks is like, I feel like I'm on top of my school schedule right now, and that's wonderful because it sucks to feel like you're drowning. Budding for me, I mean, Dom's about to work this Comic-Con, and I mean, I'm gonna help out, and so I'm excited for that. And then also I'll get to meet my like niece in a few weeks, so it's like, that'll be cool. And then thorns, life. Not like that, but like, there's just like things to do. Like I gotta get done, and like bills exist, and like I wish I could just be a writer and not have to like clock into work. Like I will say that I wish I could just like, today I'm just gonna write, and that's how I make my money. But that's the thorn in my side right now. But we'll get there. I'm gonna get to that point. How about you?
I feel like I'm gonna start with the prickly, just to get it out of my side, because I'm like life do be lifing. But specifically, it's like the thorn is the routines of life. Like I've gone from hating dishes to hating laundry more, just because I have so many more rounds of it to do that it's a never ending cycle of just like clean and dirty bags that I'm exchanging around. And so I'm just like, that's the bane of my existence right now, is the amount of clothes that I just have to put away. So maybe that'll be a thing in whatever this move is. I'm just like, all right, these are gone, whatever these clothes are. But yeah, that's my thorn. Laundry. And then something budding. I'm going to say, again, new homies and new relationships, new adventures. Just looking forward to character development in the series.
We love character development.
Yeah. And then my rose right now is definitely Sunny B ass bitch. My
Beautiful,
first
young,
song.
talented college honeys.
Yes. Oh no, it has changed now. Beautiful, young, talented, crazy honey.
Oh.
Yes. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for whatever that may be. But yeah, I would also love to take this like shooting shit moment to just give some shout outs. Shout out to you, homie, for completing some drafts and getting through your first semester of grad school. Like air horn. Thank you. Yes. It's real dope to just see you thriving and like working on the things that like I know you've been dreaming about for a while. So shout outs to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to shout you out, homie. Like, you are making steps, pushing forward, and you have so many things on the horizon. I'm really excited to see where they bloom. Oh my gosh, I just got upstairs neighbors, so now I'm like always hearing sounds, and it's like I'm always like looking behind my back. Shout out to you for that. Like, shout out to days getting longer by the literal minute. If you haven't noticed, every day is longer by like 60 seconds of more sunlight. And so shout out to that, because that's what keeps me moving forward until our days are long again and it doesn't get dark at like 7. It gets dark at like 5. But I want it to get dark at 9, and that's when I'm looking forward to. But shout out to the Earth moving around the solar system, around the sun, and we're getting more daylight. I guess technically we're tilting back, not going around. Well, yeah, both. And then shout out, I also wanted to give a shout out.
Science.
Oh man, science. Wow, shout out to science always. We believe in science over here. Shout out to science, and this like shout out to I guess like the new year, 2024.
Yeah, shout out. I also want to give shout outs to my mom, who just like kicked off her grant funded wellness series, her wellness her way. So we just did a vision board party this weekend. It was really cool.
That's fun.
To see all these people who were so inspired. And so shout out to Yvette because of Law of Health and Wellness Coaching, and shout out to little homie Dom in SMOD, because he just dropped a line of clothes. It's very patchworky, but like an exciting way, because it's all still like his logo on it.
Okay.
So I'm very into it. I like it, which is like also very contrast from the like just graphic prints that he just did. So I'm like, shout out to the versatility of the SMOD brand. And yeah, shout out to all the potential and future homies who are just like tuning in to
shout out to y'all. And shout out to the homies that listened and came back. Shout out to y'all too. Extra shouts out to y'all.
Yeah, for real. Thanks for being homies.
Thanks for being homies. And then before we go, do you have any announcements, or do you want to take this time out for a soapbox moment? Is there anything you want to get off your chest, get off your heart, something you believe in?
If I could stand on my soapbox today, I say bad bitches write shit down.
Bad bitches write shit down. I give myself a quote of the week, and that might be the quote of the week, dog. Bad bitches write shit down.
Yeah, but mine last week was bad bitches write a list, and I was like, So that's the quote. Get it done.
Right. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done.
Bad bitch don't come without hard work. That's all I'm saying.
It don't. Bad bitch don't come. You know how hard Beyonce worked? We also Renaissance. I feel it. I would like to take my soapbox to say, write letters, y'all. Write letters. Just if I could take a quick minute. I've been doing a lot of research on like female screenwriters of the past, and because they've been forgotten, and there's very little things out there that exist about them and about their lives. And so it's like now the people in my cohort are the people who are finding this information. And so it's like, you know, my person, like, she doesn't have things left for me to find. I'm having to like have to examine her life through the lenses of the men in her life, which sucks. So it's like, you know, like, write shit down, send it to your homie, like, leave things that people can like keep of your memory, because like years later when we're like looking back, like, that is the proof that you were here. Like, that's how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered by like your husband and all your husband's feelings about you, or do you want to be remembered for like your words and what you wrote down? So it's like, write letters, y'all. Like, take photos and print them out. Like,
yes,
tangible media.
Yes,
save it. Soapbox.
For real.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I was a part of like a queer coalition somewhere. I can't remember what the gathering was about, but that was also the thing. They were just like, document, archive. Like,
yes,
we can't tell the stories. Yeah, now is the time to write all your thoughts and feelings down, because this is a global moment. People are going to be paying attention a lot more to this point in history. So we need evidence of what's going on. How are you handling it?
You know, yeah, truly. So yeah, write shit down, journal. I've been using my planner as a journal, like, of just what I did today. Like, this is what I ate.
Same.
This is what I read. I went to my appointment.
Yeah, this new mastery journal that I got is very helpful, because it's even just like, what are your priorities? How many glasses of water did you drink today? Yeah. What do you reward yourself with when you complete all of the things? And I'm just like, love this. And also,
love that. Yeah,
to highlight hour by hour as I'm going through and being like, time is actually running out, so I can rearrange these tasks right here in front of me.
So it's like, yeah, leave those primary sources behind for your memory, y'all. And I think that's it for us, you know. Tell your friend about this podcast. You know, like, share, subscribe, comment, review, you know. Tell your homies, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your siblings, like, listen to this podcast, please.
Yeah, for real. We hope this is something you just like throw on in the background. You just feel like you hanging with your homies.
Yeah, who just ramble on about the things in life. But thank you for listening, and that's it. Until next time. Bye.
Peace.